When you're trying to lose weight, it's wise not to drink your calories, because in a few sips of a given fluid, you could potentially be consuming a lot of calories. It's wiser to get your calories from food that goes through the GI tract much slower and keeps you satisfied for a longer period of time. For example, you could eat a large salad and consume about 200 calories, or drink a glass of wine. When you do the numbers, you could potentially gain 10 pounds per year if you drink a bottle of wine per week. To demonstrate this point, I had a chance to talk to Arman Sadeghi, a business coach who wrote the book The Business Bible, who teaches his entrepreneurs and students how to stay fit and healthy while running a business. So Arman, they say you should drink a lot of fluid, right? So drinking is healthy, is that correct?
Well, depends on what you drink, yes.
Okay, well, so I guess we're going to learn about that. So tell us what you've got here.
Perfect. So let's say you're having a little barbecue and some of your friends come over.
Right.
And you've got your unhealthy friend who always eats and drinks crap, and they bring this for you, right? Bring a little 6-pack of Coke and they bring it to the party. Everybody here knows, obviously, that's unhealthy,
Not
right?
good, right.
Yeah. And that we can all agree on, okay? But then let's say you have a friend who brings this one right here.
Right.
They're like, oh, it's a Starbucks Frappuccino. I need to get a little pick-me-up. Well, right, the person's doing better, definitely, right? And then you have a person who says, oh, man, I've been working out, and I've got to get my pump. I just spent 30 minutes, an hour at the gym, whatever it is, and they're going to bring this thing right here. It's Core Power. It's a protein drink, right?
All right. Sounds relatively healthy, like an athlete would drink, right?
Absolutely, yeah. And then you've got your healthy nut freak of a friend who brings over the super healthy stuff, right?
Like the juices.
Look at these juices.
Oh,
I mean, you've got this one right here. Look
green
at this.
Juice.
It's green machine juice,
How
right?
could you go bad with that?
Yeah, 100% juice smoothie, no sugar added.
Right.
It's amazing, right? And this one right here is naked juice, blue machine, same kind of stuff, no sugar added.
Right.
And then we've got this one right here, which is like a breakfast smoothie, right? Someone eats this because they want to be healthy, because they just had a small breakfast. And that's your kind of your freaky friend who eats really healthy and is very health conscious. And then you've got, mom who says, oh, guys, let's have our orange juice, right?
Right.
And then there's the friend who says, look, all this stuff is bad. I'm going to be really, first of all, trendy and cool, and I'm going to have coconut water.
Oh, of course.
Okay?
Yes.
So now all of you watching this, what I want you to do is start thinking about, okay, where do these things stack up? And I'm going to give you the numbers. So let's start. Right here, this Coke, which we all agreed is bad, is 90 calories, okay? And let's keep count of this. 25 grams of sugar. Now, that's a lot. 90 calories, 25 grams of sugar. So these two together, since these are small Cokes, right? Let's say someone drinks 2 of them. That would be a lot, and you would say, oh, man, that person's definitely not on a diet, right? They will have consumed 180 calories by drinking both of these, right, and 50 grams of sugar. That's a lot if you're having these 2, okay? We're not going to have these 6. So now, let's say you have your other friend who wants the Starbucks drink. So we look at this thing right here, and as we're reading the facts, we can see it says, okay, 290 calories, right, and total sugars, 46 grams.
Worse than the Coke.
Worse than the Coke. Worse than 2 Cokes, right? But it looks healthy, right? Or it doesn't look healthy. It certainly doesn't look as bad as a Coke. We think we're being okay, but we're certainly not.
Wow.
Now you've got your buddy who goes to the gym and works out and supposedly takes care of himself or herself. And let's look at this one. 240 calories in here, and listen to this, 26 grams of sugar.
Wow.
Right? In this little thing.
And this is a tricky one because it's advertised as protein, right?
Yes.
So people could get tricked in saying, oh, I'm drinking a high protein shake, right? And it has that much sugar in it.
Exactly.
Wow, incredible.
Because the way they get you to take down that protein is they put so much sugar in it that it tastes good, right? And at this point, what I want you guys to start thinking about is how some of these things compare to those salads I showed you.
Right.
I showed you salads ranging from 250 to 400 calories. These Cokes are only 180 calories, and we think of them as being really bad.
Right.
So interestingly enough, you could actually have 2 Cokes, right? And it would have less calories than just the dressing and the croutons you put on top of your salad.
Absolutely.
The salad itself is fine. It's the stuff you put on top of it. So now let's get to some of my favorites to talk about. Let's look at these ones right here. This one is what will blow you away. So this thing right here, Blue Machine, no sugar added, right?
Right.
Let's look. 320 calories. Okay?
That's a meal for some people.
Oh, absolutely. It's a meal, yeah. And 55 grams of sugar.
Wow.
So this one has the equivalent calories of somewhere between 3 to 4 of these soda cans.
Wow.
In just this one. and it's supposedly healthy. And it has more sugar than 2 of these, right? Yet it supposedly has no sugar added. So now we go to this one, which looks like it should be way healthier, right? It's green. Green is good, supposedly, right? 270 calories, 53 grams of sugar.
Wow.
Makes no difference.
Incredible.
It's still more calories than 3 Cokes and more sugar than 2 of them. And then we get to this one right here. Probably my favorite one to talk about, because at first it actually looks pretty good, right? This little thing right here, you know, it's actually kind of about the same height as these right here. And when you look at it, it's 190 calories, which is about 2 Cokes.
Right.
Until you read above it that it actually says this is 2 servings.
Oh.
So what they've done is this is nearly 400 calories.
That's almost tricking the consumer.
Absolutely. I mean, it's supposed, so you're only supposed to drink half of this, right?
Right.
That's 1 serving, and then have the next half apparently the next day. And then sugar, listen to this, 25 grams of sugar multiplied by 2, because you got to multiply everything by 2 if you drink this whole thing. 50 grams of sugar right in there. And these were the ones that you thought your friend who was healthy and
Right.
shopped at, you know, healthy food stores and things like that. That's the kind of stuff they're coming with,
Right.
So now we get to mom who thinks that she's being healthy, and I quickly want to talk about this because a lot of people think things like orange juice are healthy. Well, in fact, in this little thing right here, if you drink 8 ounces of this, and most people who drink orange juice aren't having just 8 ounces.
Right.
But in 8 ounces of this, there are actually 110 calories and 24 grams of sugar.
Wow.
So if you have about 32 ounces of this of this orange juice, you're consuming 330 calories and about 73 grams of sugar. Right?
That's crazy.
I'm not telling you to go drink soda, but I'm just saying don't drink orange juice and think that you're being healthy.
Absolutely.
Right?
Yes.
And then finally, we have this one right here, which my wife for the longest time was drinking these, and she thought she was being so good. She was keeping hydrated, and it's this coconut water. And when you turn it around, there are 4 servings in here, right? And she was drinking a couple of these a day. But let's just say you drink 1 of these in a day. That's about 200 calories in this thing. And as far as sugar, it's 44 grams of sugar. Now, it's a lot less than these. But keep in mind, you're drinking this as a substitute for water, right? And of course, we should talk about water, because this water right here, okay, 0 calories, no sugar. Okay?
It's a no-brainer.
Yeah, it definitely is. Now, the key here then is you just need to make good choices. That's what all this is all about. I just want the folks watching this thing to know the next time they pick one of these up, I want that to be their cheat meal.
Right.
See, that's what I'm all about. I let my entrepreneurs, these busy people, I let them have fun. I let them eat pizza, ice cream, whatever they want. They want sodas, I say drink it. But know that that's your cheat meal. What bothers me is when people go and grab this thing trying to be healthy, but what they're doing is they're consuming the equivalent of an entire meal or 4 cans of Coke.
Absolutely.
And they love Coke, but they're forcing themselves to drink this thing thinking that they're being healthy.
Yes.
And they wonder why
they're losing their energy because they're getting a sugar rush, then a dip in the glucose, and of course, that goes against everything you're teaching people.
Absolutely. And what happens is when they drink this thing, right, and we talked about 55 grams of sugar, as you're saying, Dr. Angie, their sugar is going to spike, right? Then it's going to plummet. And about 90 minutes after drinking this thing, their blood sugar will actually be lower than someone who's been starving for 15 days. If you go on a 15-day fast, your blood sugar is actually higher than 90 minutes after drinking one of these.
It's incredible.
Because your body doesn't know how to handle it. It's not natural. I mean, it says it's natural, but trust me, it's not. To your body, it's not. And so what ends up happening then is you reach for the next thing. And you reach for those cookies and things like that. And speaking of cookies, I love cookies. I don't know about you guys. If you're trying to lose weight, I wouldn't recommend it. But some of you, if I were to pull this out, you would say, oh, Arman, that is so unhealthy. You know, these Chips Ahoy cookies. Are they unhealthy? Yes. But let's see how unhealthy. I turn around, and it turns out that 2 of these cookies are about 140 calories and 11 grams of sugar. This was 55 grams of sugar. So I can have 10 cookies, 10 of these Chips Ahoy cookies, and I would be consuming the same amount of sugar as having 1 of these things. So the next time you're making a choice about what you consume, just realize it's all about those choices.